I have heard many in the community say that we should look towards the life of the Prophet ﷺ to know how to respond to the allegations of child sexual assault. And in doing so, I have noticed that there's only one incident that's consistently mentioned, and that is the slander of Aisha radiallahu anha, that there were companions who participated in slandering our mother radiallahu anha, and in doing so, they were part of a great, grave sin. And therefore, we should wait before we have any more information about the allegations against Wissam Sharif. I'd like to share with you that that comes from a place of deep concern for our community. The problem is that when we prioritize a particular incident in the time of the Prophet ﷺ and overextend legal maxims that we can derive from that incident, instead of mentioning other instances in the life of the Prophet ﷺ that are more applicable in this moment, ones in which injustice occurred, ones in which the Prophet ﷺ held a perpetrator responsible and accountable and taught his community ﷺ accountability. What we do is then give credence to the idea that speaking about child sexual assault or pedophilia, speaking about gendered violence, speaking about pornography, creating child pornography, only happens in this one instance or on very rare occasions, when in reality, speaking about it right now in this moment is so critical because child sexual assault, pedophilia exists in every community. This is not one instance in which it has happened and it is shocking and it's never existed before or again. There are adults who are watching this video who are the victims and survivors of child sexual assault, who from their Quran teacher as a man were molested or assaulted when they were a little boy, from their time that they were a child, a young girl in the home of their parents, may have been assaulted or molested by their mother or by a grandfather. So taking this moment in our community to, instead of prioritizing the conversation on protecting the potential perpetrator, instead of holding accountability for the victim, creating systems of accountability within our communities. But beyond this case, we are going to change our community to ensure that our victims of child sexual assault know that we will never tolerate it. And we will act swiftly like the Prophet ﷺ did when there was a woman who was going to the masjid to pray in Medina and she was raped. And she came to the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ found the perpetrator. And the Prophet ﷺ held accountability. We can draw from both incidents and honor the idea that we should always speak with caution, but we should also recognize that child sexual assault, pedophilia, gendered violence, grooming, spiritual abuse are all realities in every community, including ours, and that our religion teaches us how to navigate prioritizing victims, protecting the most vulnerable, and ensuring that our community has a no tolerance policy.